All right, fellas, let's stop fooling around. Simplicity Sunstar. It's time to prep it out for the weather. As many of you know, the weather across the United States has been brutal. Snow's starting to pile up. Storms have been coming through, and we've been getting a lot of rain. But we did get some snow, and that was yesterday. So I've been working on the Sunstar, put some chains on it. Put some chains on it a while back, and these tires in the back, they're skid steer tires. So they're the wrong compound. They're really made for a heavier machine. That, is essentially driving over construction debris and rocks and broken concrete. So these are the wrong tires, really, for a tractor. This tractor's heavy, over 1,000 pounds, but it's still too light. So I got some more weight on it. I put some chains on it a couple of years ago. Before I did that, it would not push any snow. It wouldn't plow anything. It got stuck. So we're going to test it out. I got some new chains on like a season or two ago. And a fellow says to me, don't you know that those things have cam locks? I'm like, to use your expression, don't you know that I was talking about that throughout the video and why I crimped them on and made them permanent because I don't want them coming off? See, the original the chains that I put on there originally, they fall in between these big cleats. They don't do anything. So one of my customers helped me out recently and gave me a set of chains. So we're going to put those chains on top of the chains that I have mounted permanently. These old chains I'm going to put on now, what I recently put on, they're older chains, but they're cam locked on and they're tied into place and they can come off in the summertime. So we want to test that. We want to test more weight. I did spend some time last year trying to prepare for like Snowmageddon, and I got out the snow thrower as well, a big snow thrower, which you can check out that video. Link will be somewhere around here. I think that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully we won't have to use that for yesterday's extravaganza. We're just going to test out the sleet and the nastiness down on the lawn over here in the driveway area in the yard. Push some stuff around, get everything prepped out, test it out, see how it works. This way I know because we got more snow coming. So the snow thrower is outside. I haven't wanted to bring it in yet, but we're going to have more snow coming this weekend. And this is only like mid-January, and there's a lot of stuff. Looks like it's going to be coming through. It's like one after the other. Let's get started on this. Yeah, okay. Snow's coming. And this deck needs to come off anyway because it's shot, and we're not cutting any more lawns. Let's get underneath here. Let me see if we can see that. Yeah, you might be able to see it. This thing's fairly well lubricated.
That's what she said.
So we might be able just to pull this collar back. Yep. Hey. And then the shaft drops down. Let me show you. All right, shaft drop down. So we just got to get that bolt out there and the chains, which are underneath here. Yeah, let me see if you can see the chains. See the chains? So those chains, on this one I have it, so I just have to unbolt them. Sometimes the easiest way to do it is by the chains first. I think I remember that. Because you can just lift up on one end and pull the bolt out, go over to the other side, same thing, because it pivots there. But we want to get it up a little bit higher. Well, it's been a while since it's been off. Look at the holes. Yeah. I wanted to get a plasma cutter to do a bunch of different things, and I think it would be nice. Everything seems to be working, although one pulley is a little butchered. But we could just take all this off, and let me step over, and then get some metal. I mean, I don't need a plasma cutter, but it sure would be fun. And then we could cut off a section at a time, right, and just rebuild it until we have enough material, until I find another deck. I mean, the deck that Mike has, Big Mike has, is in really good shape. But this is messed up. What are you doing? What, you gonna stare me down? What? Oh boy, here he comes. What, you wanna say hi to, uh-oh, he wants to go in. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, it is heavy. But this makes things a little easier. There we go. Well, what are you doing? You checking stuff out? Yeah. Oh, he wants to go in again. Heapers. I'll get you in a minute. All right. We'll pull these off. These just slide right off. Once that's loosened. Okay, we'll just loosen that. Make sure these are loose. We'll slide these off. Let me just sweep out in here, and we'll go and get... Yeah, it's dark in here. I got to replace these bulbs. And then we'll just slide this into place. If you want, you can put... We'll probably put a little bit of grease up in there, just a little bit, slab a little bit in there. And a little oil up in some of these spots, which we can do later. And that's it. See you in a minute. All right, I got some grease on there, underneath, and inside. And we should just be able to drag it over. I got the height real close. Just lift it in. There we go. Then I gotta figure out. Let me show you. Is the chain in it? No. Okay. Yeah, we're close to the pin. Right, I gotta figure out what pin I gotta use though. Let me show you the pin system. There you go. You see how close I am? Right? I'm just looking right there. We'll put a little grease and lube on it in a minute, but we gotta get. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes this way, right? And you'll see in a minute, but first, let me get that out. All right, I need both hands, but you get the idea. I need both hands. Anyway, you're gonna be in the way. So let me get it pinned, and I'll bring it back in a minute. And now this I put on here just for plowing. It's more for plowing. It stops it from diving too far. All right, let's get it up. We'll back it out. We'll take a look at it. I think I got everything loaded up. I put a little bit of chain wax and stuff in a few spots.
He wants to come back out.
Oh boy. It out and see how it works. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. That's about right. Good. All right, let's move it in. All right, I just got to put this guy away. But worst case, we got the big monster. All right, that's a whole nother setup, but it's not hard to do. I'm all ready for that. We need to clean this thing up and prep it out a little bit more. But it should be ready to go. Got that going last year. It needs a proper cleaning and some tuning up and some painting. But this is all ready to go. This one also we need to pull off the scraper on the bottom. There's a few things we need to do to it, but I got it all running. when I got it. This I made. There's a number of things that we didn't really have. All right, fellas, that was fun, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to test it and work out a few kinks and just to see what it's doing. I like the addition of those chains. The chains that I originally put on, they do work. I mean, they help me to move the machines around in a muddy yard. I wasn't able to do that until I put the first set of chains on. I did try out the second set of chains in the muddy yard, moving stuff around, and it really worked good. But, you know, either way, you're going to tear up the yard. Who cares, right? This is this is like out in the garden and stuff, working out there, you know. So I had fun, and I don't know, we'll see. I got stuff to do today. Let me get out of here. I'll get you out of here on this. Thanks for stopping in Archer's Garage and checking out the Sunstar. We got more work to do. We also got Big Mike's Sunstar coming up real soon, which is in some ways in better shape than mine. I'm so jealous, Mike. So we're going to be working on that. We're going to try to make a plow fitting for it. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is the plow attachment. We can't make it as nice as the one that I have, the bung set up on mine. Now, mine has got some springs on it. I'm going to change out that chain, put the spring back. What I was referring to is I tried grading with it and grading the driveway and everything. And with that one spring removed and just sort of chained up, you can kind of tighten it or tweak it. It does stop the blade from doing this. Now, for snow blowing or snow removal and movement in the yard or something, I think we'll put the spring back and we'll let it do this a little bit more. And also there's springs underneath, and I might want to see if I can tweak those. I think I might have tensioned them up a bit because I've been lifting tractors. So what we can do is loosen that up. That'll allow, so when you set it down on the ground, it's got like feet that it lays on, and it skids along. And also make those pads a little bit bigger in the future. And then if I loosen up those springs, if it hits something and it wants to kind of kick up, it will. Okay. So I want to loosen those up. And then for lifting tractors and stuff, I can just maybe make like a piece of flat bar or something and put some threads somewhere and maybe just throw a bolt in and sort of lock it, and you can just take it off in the winter. So this is stuff for the future, stuff to think about. I won't be able to make something this fancy for Big Mike, but we'll get his plow on there and we'll take it off the old Simplicity Sovereign, which was another video. I want to check that one out too. Try to put all the links in the description. And if I forget, you can just kick my cage, kind of like I do to Mr. Dog. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching this episode of Arch's Garage.